Hello everyone. So today I'm going to show you how to create this collectible wood objects. So we can go near these wood trunks, and at the moment I don't have anything in the inventory, and when I press E I can collect them like this. And now when I go back to the inventory, I have 3 wood items, so I can drop them, and we can't actually perform any actions on this because these are building and crafting materials. So, and also if I go here and save the game, those changes will be saved into the inventory. Now the game is saved. Let me stop and restart. See, now we already have 2 wood items here. Okay, let's see how to implement this. And this episode is sponsored by these generous patrons. Thank you very much for the support you guys are giving me. Okay, so I have imported this model, which I am going to use as a collectible wood. So we can, let me close all this. We can start implementing the collectible wood as a interactable object. So let's inherit it from this interactable object, pp interactable object, like this. So here, so I'll name it collectible wood. And should I consider this as a resource that replenish over time? I'm not sure. So actually what I'm thinking is we will have like wood, maybe these trees or maybe any other type of a tree or something like this, and we can go near those objects and we can either punch or cut with the axe or something. Then after cutting it down, a pile of wood, a pile of collectible wood will appear. So for that I am planning to use this trunk object. So when I cut down a tree, this object will appear and we can collect this object. So as the first step, I'll create this collectible wood object. Alright, so as the mesh, I'll add this wood trunk to here. And let's make this box. Oh, sorry. Wood trunk should not be a child of this box. Right. Now let's see how it looks. Cool. I think this size would work. Okay, let's check the collision of this object. Oh, that's too large, I think. Let's increase the precision of the collision calculation. Right, now it's much better. Okay. Now what should happen is, here let's implement, since this object is inherited from this interactable object, this set interactable object, and removing it when player moves away from it, those things will automatically work. So, and as for the start interaction, yeah, we have interact sound and we don't have action montage. So action, as the action I'll put collect wood here. Where can I set it? Action, collect wood. Now let's see if that appears. Right, collect wood appeared. Okay. Then I think we already have some sound. Oh, we don't. Let's use this whack sound, just so we have some sound. Right. Sorry, I should have set it to the collectible wood. Oh, let's see, that is also automatically set because I set it in the parent object. And here I'll override start interaction event with the call to parent function, and we already have the character variable here. Then because it is set through the set interactive object function, which is this one, the parent function, like this. So I think I need to have a small delay here before using the character, because I'm not sure how the order happens. When I first call this start interaction parent object, first that parent event, first that event is called before going to the next step. I'm not sure about the order, so let's just add a small delay to be safe. And then to the character, add to inventory. Let's add some wood to the inventory. Right, so let's make resource data. Oh, actually, yeah, let's promote this to a variable. Let's call it resource data. Right, and as the icon, so I have already created this wood icon, so I'm going to use it. As for the icon, and so this wood should not have an action, so therefore also, yeah, so therefore we should have something like none as for the action. So Where do we have, yeah, item action. No action. And these are also 0 because this is going to be like a crafting resource that we can use to like build a fence or build a house or something. Right, now what else we should, right, so well, later on we will need a way to distinguish the consumable object or resources and the crafting resources. Also we might need to group them in the inventory as well. So let's look into them later, but for now let's just implement this wood. Can be used, no, let's just call it building material. Building and crafting material. No actions can be performed. Right. Now, yeah, after collecting it, this object should disappear. So set life span to, let's say, 2 seconds, and also this should be able to collect only once, because if I press E twice, it shouldn't try to collect this resource twice. Okay, let's see now what happens. Let me save just in case if the game crashes. Collected, and it vanished. So right now when I go to the inventory, see, I have wood and I can drop, wait, what happens if I press none? Nothing. Good. So actually we shouldn't have a button at all if the action is none. So how can we set it like that? I think widget item, on clicked, select item. Okay, select item is called, where select item, here. And if the action let's have a switch based on action. Basically for other actions, the button should be visible, otherwise it should be invisible. BTN action hidden for now. When select, oh, drop also not appears. Why is that? Alright. Let's not do it this way. Let's hide the action button only if the action is none after setting both visible. Right, drop is still available. We can drop it. Okay, and also let's make this instead of disappearing right away, let's make this disappear like gradually. We can do something like this. Let's open the material. Here we have the temporal AA, and let's make this object masked, and as the opacity mask, let's set this alpha threshold. Let's promote to parameter 0. Let's set it to 1. Random also, let's set it to 1. And if I set this to 0.5, it's gonna look like this. Can we increase the random? Right, so what I want to happen is the object, instead of disappearing, it should fade away. When it reaches 0, it should completely disappear. Right, I think this value should do. So I'll keep the initial alpha threshold as 1. And here let's add custom event fade object, and let's have a timeline fade. Flow track initial value should be 1. Sorry, time should be 1, value should be also 1, and in like 1.5 seconds time should be 1.5, value should be 0. Let's add a key. Toto. So we can have some curve. Let's name the track as fade level. Get the trunk code. Set parameter set a scalar parameter value on material, and as the parameter use alpha threshold S. S stands for scalar, and as the value connect the fade level, and let's call it here fade object. See, it disappeared. That's much cleaner than just vanishing it away. Right, so with this I'd like to stop this episode right here, and in future let's see how to actually use this wood and craft stuff like fences or houses or whatnot. Actually I don't have a solid plan, but let's see where this goes. And thanks for watching. So if you like to support my work, you can get the membership of the Patreon club. Link would be in the description below, and see you in another episode. Goodbye. Actually, before I go, I wanted to show you some more thing, something more. Like usually when we have collectible items, we have some kind of a shining that distinguish them from the other world objects to see it as a collectible object. So how can we do something like that? So let's use this object as the preview first, so we can see it clearly, and let's get texture coordinate and the time, add it together and put this into a sine node. So we will have some kind of a value that varies from -1 to 1 with time. So let's use it as a specular and see how it looks. See, now we can see some kind of a shine that goes over the object like this. So it gives some clue that this is like a collectible object. Let's see what happens if we try this, connect this to the roughness as well. Now that effect is enhanced like this. Okay, now it looks more like a collectible object. We can use that effect for other collectible stuff as well, but I'm not gonna do that right here. Okay, let's stop this episode now.